And there Connor is on a single leg tight whizzer position from Brent Fleetwood.
Fleetwood doing a good job in that whizzer position, fighting off the swing single. And Youtsey gets the 2 points for the takedown early here in this first period.
And I'm already seeing things that I like to see from Connor Youtsey. Going for his shots very early on in the matchup. Came off to a slow start this season because he hasn't been shooting in the first minute of the match. And there he goes. 2 points, takedown, and there he goes. Returns him to the mat with 1 minute and 45 seconds still left in the period.
So we go out of bounds. Back to the center of the mat is Fleetwood. Fleetwood set in that bottom position. Youtsey with the tight waist on that right side. Caution on the top man, so that's number 1 for Youtsey. Little jitters, jumped the gun there, just a little too excited.
Like I said, eager wrestling, but that's a good sign. That shows that he's ready to wrestle in this first period. And there he goes. Brent Fleetwood gets the 1 point escape, but again, Connor Youtsey's deep in on that shot again.
And it was effortless. It was basically just a snatch single to that right leg of Fleetwood. But Youtsey getting in some trouble here, so stalemate will be called if nothing happens here. Stalemate, we're back to the neutral position.
And they're gonna start back up on their feet with 1 minute and 9 seconds left in this first period. And one of the keys to this match we discussed before the duel even started was Central needs to get to their offense. They can't rely on being defensive, and I haven't seen Fleetwood take a shot yet, so he needs to get that going.
Well, and the thing with Fleetwood, when he wrestled Oregon State and Ronnie Rios, Rios came out, hit him with a slide by in the first 10 seconds, took him down. Last week when they were wrestling University of Missouri, Barlow McGee came in, took him down in the first 10 seconds. Youtsey came out, took him down in the first 10 seconds. So Fleetwood needs to do a better job of starting matches off. He gets himself in a hole, and it's tough to start digging back because the riding time's already at 30 seconds. He already gave up a takedown. So he has to do a better job, not only in this match, but later on down the season, and looking for his offense earlier in the first period.
And speaking of offense, Connor Youtsey had a very offensive matchup against University of Illinois just last week. He wrestled up against Francis Edelin. Won the match 25-10. I don't have the exact stat in front of me, but I recount something like 8, 9 takedowns. He got only a few near fall. It was takedown and cut him loose. So he's getting to his shots here in that match, which is a little similar to what he did against Francis of Illinois.
So Youtsey chooses the down position to start this second period. Fleetwood covers, left hand tight waist, right hand moves to the claw. Continuing to readjust that claw, now switches to a half. And Youtsey sits out, gets his hips out, comes up to his feet.
He gets the 1 point escape. Youtsey now leads the match 3-1, 22 seconds of riding time in his favor. Not going to play a factor as of yet this match. Both wrestlers looking for a shot here on the feet at the center of the mat.
So Youtsey in on a front headlock, doesn't have an arm, so Fleetwood posts that right wrist, circles out, comes back to the open position.
And Fleetwood looked for a little bit of an ankle pick on that shot. Didn't commit to it. Looked like he was at the ankle.
Yeah, and he really wasn't committed to that shot.
Youtsey does a little bit of the same himself, both looking at that ankle pick, but neither of the two wrestlers commits to the shot.
So back looking for that underhook on the left side, underhook on the right side, front headlock with that right hand.
Fleetwood needs to be careful here and circle back to the center of the mat, which he does. But he needs to be careful. He's backpedaling a little too much.
So now you're Fleetwood. You have to start thinking about this, the end of this period. Getting out of this period 3-1 is where you want to be. It's not ideal to give up a takedown late in a period and expect success. So Youtsey in on a high crotch, head on the outside, looking to step slide, and that'll do it. Very close to giving up a takedown.
As you were saying it, but I think he heard you and realized, no, I can't give up a takedown, so he fought it off pretty well at the end of that second period.
So Fleetwood's going to choose the down position. Youtsey will start.
Connor Youtsey, the redshirt junior, coming off to a slow start, as we've mentioned, 4-7 on the season. Coming off a big win against University of Illinois, won the match 25-10, got some bonus points for the Wolverines at home against Illinois. And here he is on top, gets about 40 seconds of riding time as of now, looks for the big lift, can't return him to the mat.
And no stall call. Action continued to be called, 44 seconds, as you mentioned, on the riding time clock. Fleetwood doing a good job of coming up to his feet, but he can't get his hips out. He has to fight one hand. Pick a side to get to look for your escape. He's not doing that right now, and caution on the bottom man. So we have one apiece.
And what Connor Youtsey wants to do here is rack up that minute of riding time. That will help him big time as he looks to finish this match.
And he's really close to the minute as he's at 50 seconds.
Looks for the lift again, doesn't get it. Stalling warning on the green wrestler.
Stalling on green, so now Youtsey has to think. You have to be aware that you have the stall call, and referee Kenny Ritchie tells Connor Youtsey that he has that stall call. So now Fleetwood, if you're Fleetwood, you have to come up to your feet. He's been warned, and he's just gonna let you go. It's smart wrestling, so we have caution on the top man, second caution. Next one will be a point.
Next one will be a point, and he also has the stalling warning against him. But as mentioned, his riding time did climb. It's at 1 minute and 5 seconds, so he does have that point. I wouldn't be surprised if Connor Youtsey cuts him loose. There he does it. 1 point escape for Fleetwood, 2-3 match here. Fleetwood needs a shot.
So now Fleetwood needs a takedown to erase that 9 seconds of riding time, and he's just diving in. He's not really looking to lock his hands, so it's going to be tough. And this is where Youtsey slows his opponents down in these front headlock situations. He doesn't look to score too often, and we have stalling on the red wrestlers. So Fleetwood hit with his first stalling. So each guys have a stall call. Fleetwood with one.
Looks like Fleetwood at the edge of the mat was telling the referee there's a little bit of blood, so they're going to have a brief blood time. Looking out at Connor Youtsey. Seems like he's bleeding from his chin. Good match so far. 51 seconds left in the period. 3-2 in favor of Connor Youtsey. He does have that extra point of riding time with 1 minute and 9 seconds on the clock. They look like they're going to reset any second now, and here they go. 51 seconds. Let's see what Fleetwood can do.
So he has to work to create an angle first. That's what you do. You get to your tie, you create an angle. Once Youtsey, a beautiful low single to the right leg of Fleetwood.
And so what does he have to do to finish off this takedown now? He's got the angle.
He has to keep those ankles below him hidden, and he's doing a good job of that now, and he's gonna wanna hook that bottom leg of Fleetwood, but Fleetwood has his ankles tied up.
Stalemate position called, 20 seconds left in the period. Again, I think the official's gonna call blood time just to make sure that Connor Youtsey's chin is not dripping on the mat and on his opponent. Looks like they're set to go. Connor Youtsey's foot is on the green line. He's ready to finish this matchup strong. Fleetwood runs back to the center of the mat. These wrestlers are ready for some action. They're just going to need to clean up the mat before they can do so. And Fleetwood looks aggressive, looking from shot after shot after shot. Sense of urgency from him, knowing he only has 10 seconds left on the clock. Double unders from Connor Youtsey. Let's see what he can work from here.
He's gonna hold on to win this, so Youtsey picks up his second win in a row.
And he improves to 5-7 on the season after that 4-2 win with the extra point of riding time. Looks like Connor Youtsey's getting back in the swing of things. Let's see what Rossi Bruno can do at 133 pounds.